Does your day ever feel like a frantic blur? You're jumping from task to task, answering emails, putting out fires. But when you finally shut your laptop, you're left with that nagging feeling that you really didn't get anything important done. Your brain feels like a computer desktop with 100 tabs open, to-do list, half-forgotten deadlines, and brilliant ideas you swear you'll get to eventually. You're exhausted from trying to juggle it all, and you feel kind of like you're just treading water. Here's the thing, you are not lazy. You are not unproductive. You're just trying to manage an information avalanche without a system. But what if there was a better way? What if you could build a simple, reliable system to offload all of that mental chaos? A system built to free your mind so you can finally focus on the work that energizes and fulfills you. The work you know you're meant to be doing. If you're new here, I'm Tanya, business owner of over 20 years, visibility specialist, and planning fanatic. Today, I'm going to show you the step-by-step blueprint to build that exact same system. So why should you even bother with a productivity system? The point here isn't just to get more done faster or cram more into your already busy schedule. The real goal is to create space for what truly matters. It's about shifting from a life of reactive busyness to one of intentional, focused action. The core idea here, made popular by productivity experts like David Allen and Tiago Forte, is that your brain is for having ideas, not holding them. Think about it. We ask our minds to be a calendar, a task manager, and a filing cabinet, and a library all in one. And well, that's incredibly inefficient. It's like running a dozen heavy programs on a computer with not a lot of RAM. Eventually, everything slows down and crashes. A productivity system acts like your external hard drive. It's a trusted space outside of your head where you can park tasks, dates, and ideas, knowing they're safe where you'll have access to them later. When you offload this cognitive burden, you free up precious mental bandwidth. And that newfound clarity is where the magic really happens. It's the space where you can finally think deeply, solve complex problems, be present with your family, and do the creative, meaningful work that always seems to get pushed aside. This isn't, however, about becoming a robot. It's about building a framework that allows you to be even more of a human. The foundation for this whole thing is what I call the essential tools layer. This is about managing the day-to-day logistics of your life so nothing slips through the cracks. Now, this layer isn't flashy. It's not sexy, but it is absolutely critical because it's the foundation of the entire system. Now, the first layer has three main parts. First, a digital calendar. You'd be amazed at how many people try to just keep their schedule in their head. A calendar's job is simple: tell you where to be and when. But the real power comes when you use that calendar with intention. Don't just put meetings on it. Block out time for everything that's important to you. Schedule your deep work sessions. Block out time for the gym, for reading, for dinner with your family. If it's on the calendar, it's real. It becomes non-negotiable. It is a commitment that you have made to yourself. Now, the second part of this first layer is a simple to-do list. It's where you capture every single task that pops into your head, whether it's big or small. The key is to get it out of your brain the second it appears. You can use an app like Todoist, Microsoft To Do, or even just a notebook. The tool here is not important. What matters is to make it a habit. Your boss asks you to prep a report, write it down. Remember you need milk, jot it down. This simple act frees your mind from that low-grade anxiety of constantly having to remember everything. And well, it reduces your overall stress, which can significantly impact your output. A great habit is to review this list every single morning and pick your top 3 most important tasks for the day and just get them done. That way, you're starting your day with a plan. You're no longer reacting to whatever comes your way. You can even have some fun and include some might do's or someday items like go glamping or learn how to figure skate. Now, the third element of this first layer is a basic file organization system. This could be Google Drive, Dropbox, your personal computer. You need a simple, logical, folder-based system so that you can easily find what you need without wanting to rip your hair out. That might be my problem. So for me, that might look like a folder for YouTube, one for my podcast, one for social media, another for my membership, one for my coaching notes, one for blog posts. You get the point. Because a messy desktop equals a messy mind. And you don't need some elaborate color-coded masterpiece either. Just start with a few main folders. Maybe for you, that's going to look something like work, personal, and finances. The goal here is not to overcomplicate things. It's to make finding things easy. If you master this layer alone, you are going to slash your stress level. And you will finally have a trusted system for all of the small stuff, which frees up your brain to focus on what truly matters. The next layer, trust the system. You're designing it so that it fits your own needs. It's not going to let you down. By the way, if you're feeling a little more organized, just thinking about this, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out and it lets me know I'm on the right track with my content. Okay, now that your day-to-day chaos is under control, we can move to layer 2, the knowledge capture layer. This layer is for anyone who consumes a ton of information and wants to actually be able to remember it. So think books, articles, podcasts, you name it. If you've ever read a life-changing book, only to forget its best ideas only a few weeks later, this layer solves that problem. Its purpose is to create your own personal library of the knowledge and ideas that you find valuable. It's about becoming an active participant in your learning, not just a passive consumer. Now, this system has a couple of key parts. First is a read it later app like Pocket or Instapaper. As you browse the web, instead of letting articles pile up in lots of open tabs, just save them to one central place to read later with no distractions. Second, you need a home for your notes. A dedicated note-taking app like Evernote, Apple Notes, or Notion. This is where you're going to bring together the highlights and insights from everything you consume. When you read a book on your Kindle, highlight the parts that make you go, aha, when you hear a great idea on a podcast. Jot it down in your notes app. And if you want to supercharge this process, the final piece is a tool like Readwise. It can automatically sync all of your highlights from Kindle, Instapaper, and other places right into your note-taking app. It even resurfaces your best highlights daily, which can be a game changer for remembering what you've actually learned. The goal here isn't to hoard information. It's to build a curated collection of your most valuable insights, summarized and organized so you can easily find them later. This becomes an incredible asset for your worth and your personal growth, and it is a system that you can trust. Now, this brings us to the most advanced and honestly life-changing layer, the second brain. If layer 1 is about managing what you have to do, and layer 2 is about capturing what you learn, layer 3 is about connecting it all to generate new original ideas. It's where you go from just being organized to actively engineering creativity. This concept of a second brain, developed by Tiago Forte, is a system for managing your personal knowledge. It transforms your pile of notes from a dusty library into a dynamic partner in thought. The tools often used here are more powerful note takers like Obsidian, Rome Research, or advanced features in Notion that allow for bidirectional linking. To organize this second brain, Forte suggests a simple but powerful method called PARA: projects, areas, resources, and archives. Projects are your short-term efforts with clear goals like launch new website or plan summer vacation. Areas are the long-term roles in your life with a standard to maintain, like health, finances, or career and growth. Resources are topics you're just interested in, like filmmaking, ancient history, or productivity. And archives is for anything from the other 3 categories that's just no longer active. This structure is brilliant because it organizes the information based on how actionable it is, not some random topic. When you save a new note, you don't ask, where does this go? Instead, you ask, how can this help me with a current project or area of my life? Then you apply the code method. Capture, organize, distill, and express. You capture ideas that resonate with you. You organize them using your para system. You distill them down to their core essence, summarizing the key points in your own words so your future self can quickly get the gist. And finally, you express your ideas by creating something new. You use your connected web of notes to write an article or solve a tricky problem at work, or launch that creative project you've been dreaming about. This is the ultimate payoff. Your second brain becomes a playground of your own best thinking. It's a system you can trust to build an external network of ideas that you can then mix and match in new ways, unlocking a level of creativity you might not have thought you even had. Now, I know this might sound like a lot. You might even be over there feeling the pressure to build this perfect, flawless system overnight. Please, whatever you do, don't do that. The secret to a productivity system that actually sticks is making small, consistent improvements, not attempting a massive overhaul. If I can leave you with one piece of advice, it is this. Start small. You do not need all 3 layers today. Pick just one thing. If your life feels chaotic, start with layer 1. Just pick a calendar and a to-do list app and really use them for 1 week. Get everything out of your head. This alone will be a huge win. Now, if you're already organized, but you feel like you forget everything you read, start with layer 2. Download a Read It Later app. That's it. One small change. Remember, this system is supposed to serve you, not the other way around. It should feel like a relief, not just another chore on your massive to-do list. So be flexible. The goal here isn't to become a productivity guru. We have Ali Abdaal for that. It's to build a simple framework that frees your mind to do the deep, meaningful and fulfilling work you were meant to do. When you build a system to handle all of the mental clutter, you give yourself the greatest gift of all, the freedom to think, the freedom to be present, and the freedom to create. Until next time, peace out.